All right, new hit music, fewer commercials, 103.3 Amp Radio. Ladies and gentlemen, to all the people in the room here, we got SOFI TUKKER in the building. Yeah! Bam, 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 bam. Welcome to home. Welcome home to some. Tucker,
Yes.
the last time you were here was the last time you were here at the radio station.
Yeah.
Was that like a year ago?
That was in November.
It
super
was probably
recent.
6 months ago. I don't know how long ago that was. It
Yeah.
seems like years ago.
Yeah. What do you miss about the town, dude?
I love Boston. It was a great place to grow up. I mean, I still am like a huge Celtics fan, huge Patriots fan. Still root for the Bruins, although I'm not a huge hockey guy.
Game 7 is tonight. You gonna go? You guys gonna go? Just forget
We
your
have a
show.
show.
Just
We have two shows. We're a little busy tonight.
Right. Well, congratulations on the album Treehouse. You guys are on the Treehouse tour right now. How's that going? Solid?
Yeah,
Amazing.
it's so great.
Yeah.
It's so great. We've like kind of been on the road nonstop, but this one feels even. So we just like started a whole new production thing, and so now we have a neon jungle on the stage that we get to bring with us, and so we've kind of elevated the show a little bit, and it just feels so good to bring the Treehouse to life even more.
And the album is doing really well, and you guys are, I have to ask you, because you guys are in multiple Apple commercials, and I was reading, you guys know the music director over at Apple?
Well,
Kind of.
well, we didn't
Well, we do
before
now.
they found us.
Yeah, well, you do now. Yeah.
Because we keep getting emails saying,
I don't,
Yeah.
I honestly, I do not, like, I was trying to think as hard as I could, people that have been used in multiple Apple commercials. I can't think of anybody.
Yeah, it's pretty shocking to us too.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Are you guys like a
I
part of
don't know
any
what to
secret
say.
powwows at Apple? Or you get
I
like
don't
some
know.
stock or something like for them using your track?
That would be tight.
that
Right?
would be tight. What
Definitely
an
not.
idea.
Have you guys met Tim Cook? Have you met like any of the powerhouses?
No, we feel really lucky that a
Yeah.
company like that is into our music.
You don't need to meet them if the checks keep coming. You know what I'm saying? That's the right thing to do. I do want to talk to you because then we'll get to the fun stuff. Unfortunate passing of Avicii. I don't know the relationship you guys had with Avicii, or because I saw you guys did some tributes at your shows. Obviously, a huge loss in the EDM world and music in general. He's a trendsetter for a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Maybe talk about your relationship with him and maybe the impact a lot of the public might not know that he contributed to.
Well, I think it was more me than Sophie, really, because I was more of the two of us. I brought more of the dance music background into things. And for me, growing up, I mostly listened to like rap and punk and stuff. And it wasn't until I heard Avicii, probably Levels, till my whole brain like exploded and I was like, what is this? This is crazy. And it got me into this whole new genre of music and something that I became obsessed with. So I think he did that for a lot of people, and his presence in the dance music community, which we are lucky enough to now be a part of, not necessarily EDM, but the dance music community as a larger thing, is felt everywhere. I mean, we go and play dance music festivals all over the world in different countries, and it hit everyone everywhere really hard. And we also know a couple of his team members, like people who work with him and toured with him and traveled with him throughout his career pretty closely from Sweden. So yeah, it just, it hit everyone hard.
Yeah, and it's a lifestyle I don't think a lot of people get to see. You know what I'm saying? Because people, when they go see you guys or, they go to see Avicii, they go to these festivals they've been waiting months for, and this is like every day for y'all. You know what I mean? You're in a new city. People are like, let's get wasted. You're like, dude, I've been doing this for like a year and a half straight, and people don't really see that side. You know what I mean? Maybe give some insight to that side of the, I don't want to say that side of the genre because that's negative.
No, I mean, it's definitely any genre.
Yeah,
Sure.
I think it's
I think it's any
touring musician, really. But I think this is something that we're really, really passionate about because I think there's this myth, like the sex, drugs, rock and roll, like total destruction of like the artist can only create when they're like totally destructive. And like bodies, and I think not on their bodies. That felt really.
Not supposed to say.
I'm not supposed to
word.
say that either. Also, like that image was really awful in my mind.
It's okay. It's okay. I understood. I
But
understand
treating
where
their
you were going with
bodies,
that.
not well, and I think we're really aware of the fact that that is a common trope. And we're trying to really do the opposite and make sure that what we're doing on the road is treating our bodies really well, treating our spirits and our minds really well by surrounding ourselves with our friends and people that we love, and making sure that the people that we are touring with are like family, and we feel really connected and not so isolated. It could be a really isolating thing, traveling around to different places every night, and
also being
going
a
to parties
solo
every
artist.
night.
Like if we were alone, like Avicii was a solo artist, that would be much harder. And I think we're really lucky we have each other to like, be excited with each other, or be disappointed with each other, or, deal with normal things, or talk about experiences or whatever. And we still have the most fun, and we still party all the time. And it feels like we're on one huge party all the time, but we don't like kill ourselves.
Yeah. We're about hydration and health and doing all the things that we can to treat our bodies really well and our spirits. Stay really alive.
You guys are obviously super close. What was the last argument you guys got in? What was it over?
I have no idea. Probably some stupid little bickering thing. Like if I we played a crazy show in Brooklyn at Brooklyn Steel on Saturday night, and then we DJ'd an after party from like 2 to 4:30 after it, and then the next day we woke up and had a bunch of work in another show. And I just I had not gotten much sleep, and I was tired, so
Cranky.
I probably bickered for some stupid reason at her.
But I knew that you were tired, so it wasn't the thing.
And you guys are on that same level where you kind of understand each other for sure by now, especially the things you had to learn.
Yeah.
Even deeper into your relationship.
We definitely understand. Like, we just had an exchange where I was talking about all the things that I wanted to get done right away, and he was like, you know what, I need some coffee first, not now. And I was like, that's awesome. We can also set boundaries and just be like, this is where I'm at right now.
Right.
And
Which is,
we really
rare,
respect it.
Because usually I'm we need to do everything right now. But we've had a crazy week,
Right.
And I was just like, you know what? I need to wake up. Because this morning I got woken up with interview calls.
Yeah.
Because our schedule was a little confusing, so I didn't wake up on time. And then, so I literally in bed, waking up, not knowing who was calling. It was an interviewer from Texas or something. And I was like, oh man. And then it went straight through. So I even
Oh
took a shower while doing interviews to get ready to come here, to come do an interview.
Yeah.
And then we get we'll get out of the car when we get here, and she's like, okay, right when we're done here, we need to do 3 hours of catching up on emails because we have 60 unread emails. And I was like, nope. I just need to wake up. I just need to wake up.
Right?
Usually I'm not into being human, and I like being a machine, but sometimes it's even okay, I just need to wake up.
It's some you time. What are your before we get into your tour? What are your vices away then from music?
Vices?
Well, not vices.
We don't have other things.
Yeah, honestly.
Just music? Are you crossword puzzle connoisseurs or something?
I watch basketball when I can.
Here's the thing. You know how when you're kids, when you're playing with your friends, you're making forts, and I used to make music videos on the weekends with my friends, or playing sports, or there was always an activity, or you're always making something with your friends. And then when we grow up and then we become adults, I think very often the relationships and friendships turn into, you do your job and then you come and see your friends to catch up.
I got you.
And
I'm following.
I like to think about
You're not creating anything.
I like to think about our friendship and our work as just our childhood friendship.
Yeah.
Because we get to just spend all day making music
It's pretty
videos
tight,
and making
yeah.
music and doing, and so it really doesn't feel like we need a work-life balance, because work is life and life is work, and we get to do the most fun things with our best friends all day long, and it's just
It's
the
kind of refreshing to
best.
hear you say that too. I don't know, because you would feel like you guys are just constantly on the grind all the time, but you're like, we also
We
this is what
love
to
it.
We
do.
love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like what we were
We
talking
could
about
not
this
be.
morning.
That's facts.
We could
There's
not
like
do
there's
this
like
much.
very occasional moments when we're just we've done like 6 shows in 5 days or whatever.
Yeah.
That we're like, okay, like let's take a little moment to
Get some
sleep
coffee. Yeah.
and get coffee.
know?
But other than that,
Yeah.
we love what we do so much. We're so grateful that we're able to do it.
Yeah.
And there's really nothing better. Like this is what we do in our free time if we had free time.
We didn't have to
know?
like have an after party at Bijou tonight
Right.
between
Plug.
shows.
Yeah.
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 Because we want to.
Right.
'Cause it's so fun.
Yeah.
We're gonna have a crazy party.
Yeah. Let's talk.
Yeah, we didn't have to release an album. Like we just decided to write songs on our off days.
Yeah, we're not on like a label that's like you have to deliver an album at this time. We're like doing our own thing. So it's really like
Well, when you get in
Up
these
to
Apple
us.
placements, they don't need a trip on it. You're like, yo, dude, just watch a commercial. There's our stuff right there. You're good to go. Yeah. So I mean, diving into the music, Treehouse was is a big album for you guys. Is what you're touring on. So talk about maybe your influences that you got for maybe the visuals for the tour, the show you're bringing, what people are expecting to see, etc.
I think the visual influences are
You guys are colorful. You guys are very colorful.
we're very colorful.
Yeah.
It's the visual influences are really where we want to be taken with our music. So we want to like create a world that you can sort of step into, and our whole thing, not even just this album, has sort of been like take you into a sort of tropical, like jungle, rainforest world, because that's sort of where we both would want to be the most. And so we love that environment, and that like inspires us a lot. And so we wanted to make music that puts us there. And then with the idea of Treehouse, it was like in that same world, a little like clubhouse, but not like an exclusive clubhouse. Like everyone can come, but it's, a place where we can, like when you're kids and you go to the Treehouse and there's not your parents' rules. It's like your own rules, and you can do whatever you want. And it's this exciting, like imaginative place. And that's basically like the visuals physically and metaphorically are that, basically.
Yeah. And so you say you listen to, hip hop and a lot of stuff. That's still one of your favorite genres, I would think, right?
Not really.
Not really? You kind of like past that?
I used to.
'Cause I'm curious to see if you guys will work with any hip hop artists.
I think that could be interesting.
I mean, we definitely would. I respect what people do. I'm not crazy about hip hop at this moment in my phases, but growing up, I still love the hip hop I used to love. Definitely.
All right, I want to play a game with you guys because you're obviously a Celtics fan,
Mm-hmm.
right? Are you a fan of anybody, Sophie?
I just
When
don't.
he talks about sports, do you just not pay attention?
Yeah,
You're just like
yeah.
totally out of it?
You'd
Yeah,
be
I'm just
surprised how many people, though, in music get hyped to talk about basketball with me.
Oh, really?
Because most
Yeah.
people are like her and they just can't. You know what I mean?
Well, you're from the town of. There's a lot of banners here.
A lot of
You know what I mean?
banners.
You want to go to the Garden? This is
Oh,
this is
yeah.
the Mecca.
This is my Larry Bird tattoo.
You got
It's the green 33.
oh word. Oh, dude, you're loyal to the soil, bro.
Yeah.
You're all in. All right.
I played basketball in college. I wore 33.
Well, you're tall as bro. You're huge. I would think so. And so, were you any good or were you trash?
No, that's good.
Could you go to the Y right now and smack people up?
Oh, yeah.
Easy.
Yeah.
Does he ever like go play basketball like on the road or anything like that?
Not anymore, but yeah,
can't
he
really
was,
play
like,
anymore.
He was on the track to become a basketball player, and then
I was going to be a professional basketball player.
thank
Tight.
God, yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, thanks for supporting us playing
Of
our
course,
music.
of
It's
course,
really cool.
man. Amp Radio. We're friends of SOFI TUKKER. We were on the
Yeah.
records early.
Yeah.
Sure.
So,
the earliest. I think you're the first on the new record, to be honest.
I'm telling you,
really
Batshit,
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
which is an awesome name. I'm so upset that they had to change the name just for
I know.
for everything else because it's such
So
an
are
ill
we.
name. But congratulations, SOFI
you.
TUKKER, ladies and gentlemen. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yay!